get on camera, I would love for you to get on camera. Ma'am, can you get on
See,
camera?
I can't get on camera because I'm working right now.
You in?
Otherwise I would. I'm just trying to get on real quick, just real quick.
Okay,
So,
so question is, how long should a man wait before you give it up?
okay. So I think it's more of a woman thing. I don't think if you're not willing to be that person, if this is not your person, like this woman is not your person, you're not gonna want to wait. You're gonna want to move on, right? If she doesn't want to give it up. However, if that woman says to you like I'm not ready or I don't want to do this or this is like this is a decision that I've made in my life that I don't want to um have intercourse or whatever, even if it's for like a month or 3 months, however long they give themselves as a time frame, why should that be an issue for a man? I understand that men are physical beings and that, it is something that's very important. However, should it strictly be physical? Because you can't really gauge that, the basis of your relationship within that first date. So I'm not going to tell my first date, hey, we're not sleeping together. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to have that conversation with you on the first date because it's not about me trying to figure out if I'm determining sexual compatibility with you right now. I'm trying to get to know you as a person for a
Well,
first date.
so hold on, I gotta ask this. How old are you?
30.
You 30 years old. Are you?
Hmm.
Are
I am not married.
do you have any children?
I do.
How many?
Two.
Boy and a girl.
Yes. I have a pair.
You have a pair. Words by the same father.
No. One is by my ex husband and the one is after that.
So your ex-husband, how old were you when you first got married to him?
I was 24.
You was 24. Did y'all? How old is your oldest daughter? I'm sorry. How old is your
My
daughter?
oldest my oldest kid is 5. Well, about to be 5 in a month.
How long did you make your husband wait, your ex-husband wait before you gave it up?
My ex-husband and I actually did not have any physical contact until the night before we got married.
And how
But that's
what,
not
what what's the duration time on that?
I want to say like 8ish months. 8ish months. Um However, that was a it wasn't like a us waiting for a certain reason, me putting a time frame on it. We were just in two different places, like physically in two different places. But I'm not sure what that has to do with your original question about how long a man should wait. Because right now, at my point in life, I've already experienced some things, and so I'm looking at things differently than I did back then.
Well,
Right?
I asked that because in my original monologue, in my original monologue, before I reset in my platform, this came up.
Hmm.
Question came up as far as with a woman with children.
Hmm.
Man have to wait if she has already had children. You've been with it. You've been married. Is it fair for a woman to put a time length on for her to actually sleep with a man, the guy that she's dealing with, to put a time frame? Is it fair to that man?
Okay. I mean, it's not like he's tied down to me. You're not tied down to me unless you're
Well,
trying to marry me. You're not tied down to me, so you can go ahead and move because obviously you're not my person if you
listen,
cannot wait
ma'am, that's what I said. It's very important to have that conversation on the
on
first
the
date.
first date.
On the first date, to if you're not sexually attracted to him, because usually when men go out on dates, he have seen something about you as far as on the physical side that he's already attracted to. We don't know crap about you, but on the physical side,
Not. I
is
understand that. However,
so, so
I'm
that's
not talking about that on the first date because just because
no,
I'm physically attracted to you does
no,
not mean we
ma'am.
have to talk about sex.
Listen. What I'm saying. It's very important that that conversation goes up to see the duration of that particular date, to see if that man still want to move forward, because it's more than about you. It's also about the man.
I understand. And so let's say I have that conversation on the first date, right? And I say, "Hey, I'm not down to do that." And he says, "Well, maybe you might change your mind and he wants to keep going." That's on you, right? because I've already set that expectation. However, I'm not going to set that expectation because I'm going to tell you, I don't have a time frame now of what I'm waiting for when it comes to having relations with somebody that I meet and I'm genuinely connecting with. I don't have a time frame. I'm not like those people that have the 3 month rule or whatever like that. But for me, it's more as I'm not mixing energies with everybody that I think is physically attractive. And when you're having sex with
But
people, just because you
ma'am,
went on.
ma'am, listen, it's not about mixing energies. What I'm saying, I'm talking about the conversation. It's the conversation. If you're getting to know someone, even on the first date, that question is very important so that man can see exactly where your mind is at. Because even if we used to bring it up and you tell him, yes, I am very much sexually attracted to you, but this is
Mhm.
how I get it, this is what I want. But at least he know that you are sexually attracted to him. What that man is going to do? Cool. Okay, cool. I know she liked me like that. All right. I'm able to, mentally move forward with her because I know exactly where her mind is at. Base is just, versus just us just wondering. So that's why I say it's very important that conversation go. I'm not saying you have to sleep with the guy the same night or 2 nights from now or 3 nights from now. It's very
I
important that
understand what you're saying. I just don't think that's important first date conversation.
it's very important because you got to remember, y'all think that men just only want to hear what you want to talk about. Hell, if you actually dig
Oh
inside
wow,
of a, he's going to say,
that
"Hey,
was a reach.
are you attracted to me sexually?"
That was a
That's
reach. Now, if I'm not going on a date with you, if I'm not attracted to you in some way, shape, or form, either I'm attracted to you mentally, physically, whatever. However, if you have that kind of mentality that, oh, let's talk about sex on the first date, there is
no.
no other date. There's
See, you
no more other
you
dates.
keep down. You keep narrowing it down. You keep narrowing it down, man. What I said is valid to have the conversation because usually when men go on a date with a woman, y'all talk, and the men we sit there and listen. But when you actually genuine,
Let's not generalize, please. I'm not that I'm not that kind of I
I
don't
said, I
like
said,
generalizations. I
I,
don't do that when
I
I'm
said,
speaking
women,
to you.
ma'am, I sound like that. Your standards are very high. That's what it sounds like to me.
It's not I'm not one of those. I just know what I want and I know what I don't want. And I know that having a conversation about sex on the first date is not happening. I do believe in setting expectations as you said, but that's not first date conversation. I barely know your middle name on the first date.
All right. Well, let me ask you a question. Who filed for divorce?
I did.
83%. My numbers don't lie. Why did you file for divorce?
What does that have to do with the question that you've asked me that I'm trying to answer?
If
I
how,
do not like when people circumvent
how,
the
age?
actual issue at hand and try
Ma'am,
to
listen to me. Ma'am, listen to me. How long you been following my page?
um maybe a couple weeks.
So if you've been following for a couple of weeks, you know when I have guests on here, male or female, I'm going to get some background history on you, and people
Look,
have
I
no.
I honestly don't
No.
come on here as much, but I have been following you for weeks, so I
Okay,
have.
so you know that I'm going to get some background information on you. Either
No,
you,
I didn't know. But
okay,
however, I don't mind providing that, but I feel like that's a way of diminishing my viewpoint, and that's not going to diminish my viewpoint because what I'm saying is what
because
stands.
what you're saying is you say you filed for divorce because I'm trying to see where you're at mentally. You filed for divorce, right?
Hmm.
Why did you file for divorce?
We had personal reasons that I filed for divorce that I'm not going to put on live.
You don't have to do that, right? But you said personal reasons and you filed for divorce, and then you moved
Let
on, got
and I
into,
will move on from that. Yes,
got into another relationship and had a child.
and I did, and I wish that I
Uh,
don't regret my baby, but I wish
uh,
that I would have
uh,
moved differently, which is what drives my perspective now.
so
So
hold on.
you're
So now,
trying to diminish what I have said
now,
by
now,
going into my background.
not going to overtalk me.
You're over talking me. You've interrupted everything I've said.
Have you ever watched a talk show when the guest is on stage, the host is speaking, they answer, and even while they're talking, the guest may interrupt to clarify a few things. It's funny when y'all see a brother on the platform, y'all think y'all just can run y'all mouth and overtalk the host. Don't give
That's not what's happening
a
here. What's
no,
happening is that
man.
you've interrupted me multiple times and you don't want to be interrupted.
Give your boss. Because I'm a black man doesn't mean you just can do what you want to do.
It has nothing to do with the color of your skin, sir.
Because when I'm
Not whatsoever.
talking me, you still over talking me. If I'm talking to me, I'm gonna ask you a question. I want to get it clarified.
Oh Lord.
You file for divorce and you get with another guy. You give it up again and make a baby. Now you're not with him anymore. That says a lot about you. You're not even stable on your end.
Okay. And do you see how that reach came? Do you see how that reach came? Because I learned from my experiences. And that's why I gave you the perspective that I gave you. You want to sit here and go into my background to make me look bad. But guess
No,
what? It's because I'm learning.
ma'am,
I'm not the same person that I was yesterday. I'm not the same person that I was 2 years ago when I had my second child.
How do your background make you look bad? If you made those decisions, how do it
You
make
no, my background does not make me look bad. I have no regrets. You are attempting to do that yourself. Because I already came with a valid point. So in order to discredit me, this is what you're doing.
Ma'am, look, listen here. One thing, see, ma'am, you go to get a dog with your kids and just go and live your life alone. Because number one, you don't even show cooperation. That's number one. And then two is you the one that filed for divorce, and more likely you left your last relationship by two different men, two different baby daddies. So that shows a lot on your end as far as cooperation.